money lending platforms have a potential of bringing down the economy of this country if Parliament and the Ministry of National Treasury does not move with speed to enact laws to regulate this sector. Members of the Senate Committee on ICT were eager to know the measures put in place by the Central Bank of Kenya and the Communications Authority of Kenya to protect data for consumers against abuse. Narok Senator Ledama Olekina urged the Central Bank of Kenya to come up with a policy that will bar telecommunication companies from engaging in money transfer, claiming some telcos are using that platform to bleed unsuspecting Kenyans desperate for easy loans. All right, let's cross over to our senior parliamentary reporter, Patrick Amimo, who now joins us with the highlights from the earlier sessions. Amimo, very good afternoon to you. A very sensitive area right there. Just give us a little bit more information on what the Senate committee highlighted.
Good afternoon, Jesse. The Senate is already seized of the matter where Kenyans now are eager to obtain money through mobile transfer on mobile platforms. We've seen loans coming up, other loan applications coming up, and Kenyans have gone to those platforms to get that what they think is easy money or cheap money, only to end up probably being blacklisted in the CBR. We also have telecoms. Members are concerned on how they protect their data, especially those telcos that are issuing loans and facilities. And just joining me is Narok Senator Olekina Ledama. Just your concerns on this particular money transfer platforms using mobile telephony.
Thank you very much. It is imperative that we as leaders protect our citizens. And what is happening currently is that the technology is so fast, and our people on the ground do not realize the risk involved in technology. You see where Safaricom, Airtel and Orange have now partnered with financial institutions. That information is not readily available to the public. Like today, when the central bank governor appeared before us, until today we didn't know that Fuliza is actually powered by CBA. So it's in essence, Fuliza is actually CBA, which is loaning money to the public. So my concern was, what is the regulatory framework that is regulating this? And it is sad to note that in this country called Kenya today, CBK only regulates certain service providers. It does not regulate everyone. There is a lot of money out there which is like black money from credit-only institutions which are not regulated by CBK. And we want to see an end to that. We also want to ensure that you can go with your ID number and it registers about 10 SIM cards. You know, you as a consumer or you as a person whose ID number has been used have no idea that your ID has been used. And then when this mobile platform have come into place where they are lending money, the amount of interest they are charging violate the CBK rate and also the law on the interest capping rate. It also violate the induplium rule, where if you default, you end up paying more money. Today, we also noted that a lot of these financial institutions, they are going behind that interest capping rule to be able to introduce charges, partner with these telcos, so that they can continue making more money.
In fact, and yeah, maybe just touching on that, you're concerned, you are very much concerned that these telcos should divorce that relationship if they are to get involved into the money lending aspect.
I think I'm concerned about the monopoly, or where you see a telco becoming the monopoly, where they are the ones who come up with all these things. I'm concerned about the well-being of this economy. So our recommendation is that we split. Safaricom handles telco. M-Pesa becomes a completely separate financial institution that can be able to now then partner with other financial institutions, and then with full disclosure to the public, let the public know that we can get your data, or you can use these telcos for you to be able to borrow money or send money between one person to another person. Right now, there's no disclosure. Right now, the amount of interest which is being charged to people who are borrowing money through the telephone is quite high, and we must control that. The other issue also of identity theft. Your ID number is used to register a SIM card. We want to have a mechanism where if your ID number registers a SIM card, you automatically get a notification. We also want to add more security such that if I send money to you today, then I have to call you and I tell you, enter a particular code for you to be able to finalize the transaction and receive the money. Because there's a problem. If I send money through my bank account and that money goes to the wrong person, the bank will not be able to help me get that money because there's no direct link between the bank, Safaricom, and this other person. So the issue of data sharing. So those are our biggest concerns.
Thank you so much. That is Narok Senator Olekina Ledama just trying to share with us concerns on data protection, and especially that aspect where people have lost money through mobile transfer platforms. There are many, many cases where Kenyans out there, you just miss a single digit and your money is lost. Whoever gets that money, once he withdraws, then it becomes really, really difficult for that particular person who sent that money to that customer to retrieve it, because when you talk to the mobile money companies, they tell you they are not able to return that money to you, and maybe you have now to go through the police system, which senators are keen to see how telcos can protect their consumers whenever they send money through those platforms so that they are not lost, because we have cases where people have lost their money to unsuspecting people or those whose that money was not intended for. From Parliament here at the County Hall, I'm Patrick Amimo. Back to the studio. Yes, sir.
All right, our senior parliamentary reporter right there, Patrick Amimo, just touching base with the Senate committee right there and the senator just on matters data protection and the emergence of mobile lending platforms, of money mobile lending platforms. All right, let's take a short break right here on News Desk. We'll be back with more information for you. Stay with us.